The Lompoc Police Department has one unsolved cold case in its records. That's pretty impressive, except perhaps to the family and friends of that one particular victim. Tonight, a new look at the last piece of evidence linked to Dana McPeek and her disappearance 13 years ago this week.
And it's so nice to have something finally there.
It was pure hope. That's what kept the McPeek family away from the Lompoc cemetery for more than 10 heart-wrenching years. Ruth Whitaker spent every moment of every waking hour hoping her daughter, Dana, was still alive. But she knew better.
I always knew she was gone. Dana was not the type that would ever run away.
Dana disappeared in the thick of night. It was May 3rd of 2001. The 33-year-old woman spent the evening with a friend at the Chumash Casino doing a little gambling. The outgoing, street-savvy McPeek won a couple $100s before the two women headed back to their separate apartments. That was around 11:30 p.m.
Dana said that she was going to get a change of clothes and be back and go spend the night with...
What do you think?
I think that on the way home, she stopped for somebody that she knew.
We tracked the drive from McPeek's apartment on North 3rd to that friend's home where she was house-sitting on North X Street. The nearly 6-mile route took just minutes.
You know, we've thought, did she stop by a store and meet somebody? What happened to her on the way across town where she never showed up?
But the truck McPeek was driving that night did. It was early the next morning in this alley.
Someone pulled into a parking spot and got out and walked away.
The apartment landlord saw the person from behind. She couldn't tell if it was a man or a woman, but said whoever stepped out of that truck was wearing a T-shirt rolled at the sleeves with a pack of cigarettes tucked inside.
I believe that was the person that had something to do with her disappearance.
There was one piece of evidence inside that truck, along with Dana's change of clothes.
Partial thumbprint.
And this is just part of it.
It wasn't enough for a match.
These are documents and actual police reports and press releases and things like that from different detectives.
Lompoc Police Sergeant Chuck Strange shows us the dental records police used to link another piece of evidence to McPeek. The first and only sign of hope for the McPeek family turned up 10 years after Dana's disappearance. A hiker discovered a portion of her jawbone roughly 6 miles up MIGUELITO Canyon. Detectives say the area was remote but accessible by a vehicle. It was that very piece of evidence that led to some new leads.
The Lompoc Police Department has revisited.
Strange says the Department of Justice determined the bone had been there a long time but didn't know exactly how long. Still, the discovery helped stir up the case again, but one thing was certain: she wasn't alone.
Unlikely that she would have walked that distance without having been seen by somebody.
There were some people of interest that we looked at that had not been looked at originally, but those leads kind of fizzled out.
Lots of speculation. Strange says there's no way to know if Dana's death was accidental or if foul play or drug use were involved.
It's all speculation at this point. We just hope someone would come forward and help us to clear this up.
And I truly believe the day will come where someone will come forward and answer these questions that we have.
It took years to chisel away at the family's hope. Now it's resting with a new marker at the Lompoc Cemetery. It reads, Dana the Great.
We have some place that we can go. So those little things give us peace. I wouldn't say that there's closure, because I don't think that there is.
If you know anything about the disappearance of Dana McPeek, you are urged to contact the Lompoc Police Department. The number is 736-2341, and you can remain anonymous.
And hopefully somebody comes forward.
Hopefully
now the
so.
family, it sounds like they have suspicions in this case?
Her mother had a couple of suspicions about who may have been involved, perhaps. Police as well, but nothing clear. So, yeah.
Need somebody to come forward.
Speculation, absolutely, and hopefully they will.